Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 46 of Pokémon Prism. In the last episode, we got the Sparky badge from Sparky, and in this episode, we're gonna go to the Sylph warehouse. Ooh. As we walk up here, we can see pretty much everything is just, kind of standard. I feel like most of this just kind of looks like how Crystal looked. Sorry, you're not allowed up any further unless you're a Sylph employee. There isn't anything up there of interest. And we all believe you. See, I say that, but I actually don't believe him. There's a TM. Yoink! TM06 Toxic. Because it's a workplace, which is inherently toxic. That's right. That's right. Going through this maze a little bit more, we have the upgrade. We already found the dubious disc to upgrade Porygon 2 into Porygon Z at the lighthouse on Akinia Dock. That's a lot of prepositions. And looks like that's all we can do for the immediate moment. Oh. Well, what are we gonna do with this episode? I love the blue roofs in Jaru City. It looks so nice. That this specific color of teal, or I guess cyan. I think it's teal. It was one of my favorite colors when I was a kid. Now, orange is my favorite color. It's like this kind of creamsicle orange that I made Paula. I guess if I still had that cyan color as my favorite, I'd just look like Hatsune Miku right now. Silk Tunnel, where I suppose we are now going to spend the majority of the episode. Gonna get that Super Repel going quick. And we got some coal. I wonder if you can mine up silk in Silk Tunnel. You can see there's this rock smashable boulder, and then the strength boulder, so we're not actually gonna be able to move ahead for now. All we can do is go down here. I so assumed that there would be a hidden item there. Trying to decide if I like the way this area looks or not. I have mixed feelings. It's not too often that we see your kind in here. What is our kind? Hiker Nelson. What's he trying to say about me? He doesn't take kindly to strangers? I'm an outsider? This is very suspicious. Graveler did not have Sturdy. Goes down in one hit. Hi, Hagron. Let's see if Steel Eater is worth keeping. Because this is a Steel type. Okay. Can I be real? I don't think I'm keeping Steel Eater for much longer. While we have the time, one thing that I wanted to talk about, because I've been, honestly, I've been playing Pokemon Ultra Moon with my girlfriend, or more accurately, she's been playing and I've been watching, and, I wouldn't even really say supervising, just kind of being like, oh, don't pick that move. Oh, don't teach Topsy-Turvy to your Inkay. Things like that. And it's so good. It's so good. Ultra Moon is one of my favorite Pokemon games. But I was thinking about all the teams I created, especially when I was younger, and how... That's crazy. And how much, it kind of meant to me. To, like everyone bonds with, certain Pokemon, but you share the same ambitions, though. I respect that. Thank you. Exploring is always exciting, but tiring too. Tell me about it. Alright, it's burger time. But I kind of wanted to go over my experience, with Pokemon as a whole, especially since we're in Silk Tunnel, and I'm assuming this is gonna take a while. No better time than the present. Hey there, I like collecting rocks, including these ones. Gotta be Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. That's not a rock. That's not a rock. Anyway. The first Pokemon game I ever had was Pokemon Leaf Green. I had got a DS Lite the year it came out, and I wasn't really, locked into video games on account of being 6, But I was playing Pokemon Leaf Green. I don't even know how I came into getting it. Like, obviously my mom bought it for me, but I don't know if it was something where I was like, I already knew what Pokemon was, either because of the anime, being on Cartoon Network, anything like that. I couldn't tell you. But I played a lot of it, and I was really, I mean, I was like 5, 6. I was really bad at it. I didn't know what switching was. I didn't know that you could even switch your Pokemon. So my team in Pokemon Leaf Green was a level 78 Charizard and a couple other Pokemon. A couple other ones I don't even really remember. I'm pretty sure I had a Lapras, because they give you one. But that was like, and you know, to surf around. But that was about it. And I never beat the Elite Four. I spent most of my time on the Sevi Islands because I was like, this is so cool. You know, like kids do. And after Leaf Green, a couple years after, but since I was a little kid, you know, it felt like eons after, I got a copy of Pokemon Pearl. I got that copy of Pokemon Pearl at a Blockbuster. They were doing a sale where it was, I think, only 15, 20 bucks. I think only 15 bucks. And it is so crazy seeing Pokemon Pearl prices now and being like, oh, I still have the box. I got this game for $15. It has a Blockbuster label on it. I feel good about it, though. Geodes and Geodude, huh? Alright. But I played Pokemon Pearl all the time. I was frequently trapped at my sister's cheerleading events, or just practice. Call me weird, but I find this place relaxing. And wherever I went, I took my DS. And you best believe that I was playing Pokemon Pearl. If there was a game that I was playing on my DS, I played so much Pokemon Pearl. And to the best of my knowledge, I never finished it. I got all 8 badges, but I never actually, you know, beat the Elite Four and the Champion and all of that. It was a difficult Pokemon game for an 8-year-old to beat. But I did find a screenshot of my team. For most of these, I have the original cartridge, but I don't have the team that I started with on it. Which is why I'm really lucky that I was making YouTube videos from the time I was, 7, until like 14, and I stopped. But I have the saves for the times that I wasn't, so I can get even better pictures. But in it, I had a Staraptor, a Pikachu, which is crazy because I would never use a Pikachu nowadays. I used Pikachu and Raichu 3 times in the time that I was checking, like, okay, what Pokemon did I use and when and all of this. I didn't realize how much I used them. For someone who is so, like, I hate Pikachu, the mascot totally should have been Clefairy, and all of this and all of that. It's like, honestly, you think I'm the biggest Pikachu fan in the world. I had a Torterra, I named Jack, a Ponyta, and a Golduck. I don't know I think my 6th party member was probably like a Babarial I was using as an HM user. Most of the time, you ignore the Zubat and such, this tunnel is a great place to unwind. Everyone's pretty low, I don't need 50 kegs of beer. Well, I don't have an escape rope, doing something crazy. This is technically a free way to be able to use Dig whenever. I hate that. I hate that as a, like, oh, well, you have infinite TMs, just use Dig instead. I'm never doing that. I am not going to do that. I did just do it, but you gotta believe me. Rijon League is temporarily closed. The league members are taking a well-deserved vacation after a crushing defeat. Come back later. Can do. I'm gonna buy 20 escape ropes, 12 more super repels, and 10 more great balls. So I had been playing Pokemon Pearl for about a year, and absolutely loving it. And I knew of Pokemon Platinum, but it was always something that was like out of reach. I never played it. I never touched it. Those are some cool shoes. All-terrain, right? That's right. Got the ATS, all-terrain shoes. Oh, Crobat's scary. But what I did get was a copy of Pokemon Heart Gold. I lost the cartridge when I was probably 12, 13, and either a move or in, you know, someone's car. And so it's really hard to know exactly, you know, what team I had, all of that. I still have the box, and I would have the Pokewalker, but I accidentally put the Pokewalker in the bottom of, like, under my pillow one night. I don't know why. And I slept on it, and I crushed it. So I mean, I still have the box. I'm sure the box for Pokemon Heart Gold alone, you know, like the big box and then all the pack-in and all of that could sell for like $20, $30, and more to someone who's trying to use it to like pass off a reproduction cartridge as a genuine cartridge. I'm sure they could easily, you know, if they have the box, it looks more official. But Pokemon Heart Gold was my favorite Pokemon game for an incredibly long time. I think its problems are a lot more obvious to me now, but it still is one of my favorites, period. And I couldn't find, you know, like my most up-to-date whatever I was using for Pokemon Heart Gold. But what I did find was a bunch of various screenshots from videos where I was, you know, shaking the camera around like crazy, and I wasn't, you know, I was a little kid. I didn't know about production quality necessarily. But one thing I found that was funny is that I was trying to trade a Golbat for a Mr. Mime, and when I was a kid, I didn't love Mr. Mime like that. I wasn't, you know, so crazy about... Ooh, okay. Rhyperior's dead next turn. But I wasn't so crazy about, you know, Mime and clowns and all of that the way I am now, so it was just very funny to see back then that I was kind of doing that. Heck! How much did those shoes cost? The economy in your region must be out of control. In a good way or a bad way? You mean like they were super cheap or they'd look super expensive? I'm just imagining the Pokemon protagonist pulling up in like Air Force Ones. Yeah, this is, you know, standard issue in the region for new trainers. Not much to say about it. But if I loved Pokemon Pearl, then I loved Pokemon Heart Gold. We also just got the Protector. That is an evolution item, and I think for Rhydon, the Rhyperior. I might be wrong. We also got the Max Ether. Okay. So for my Pokemon Heart Gold team, besides that, I have like screenshots where I have to piece together what my team probably was. And with that, I have a picture of me with an Espeon, which is really weird to me because I always remembered when I was playing Heart Gold when I was a little kid, because I got it for a road trip. We were going from, you know, Washington to California. I've been training my team, look. We were going from Washington to California, and I was like, oh, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And my mom came home the day before with Pokemon Heart Gold, and I played it almost all night going into the day. And we left, you know, probably like 4, 5 a.m. I slept maybe 2 hours that entire car ride because I was just, or like, yeah, that entire event. Because I was just so excited to be playing the new Pokemon game. What I saw was like the new, you know, best whatever. Even though I got it after, you know, Platinum had already come out. But I remember very distinctly, I had an Umbreon. I had an Umbreon at the Elite Four. I beat the game. I got all 16 badges. I could never defeat Red. And I just remember I had an Umbreon that had Giga Impact. And I was like, yep, this is the moveset. I know exactly what I'm doing. And obviously I didn't. It was a very similar thing with Pokemon Fire Red when I was like 5 years old. I knew you could get Blast Burn, which is the like Hyper Beam of Fire type move. And I was like, well, it does the most damage. Obviously, I'm gonna use that one. Not great, don't do that. But I remember that very distinctly. And a lot of the team, like when I look at it, I'm like, I actually don't remember a lot of it. I remembered that I had a Typhlosion that I named Thompson, but that didn't fit within the character limit, and I also didn't know how to spell as well as I could have. I also had a Lapras that was named Chugga, and a Dragonite that was named Volvagia, but it was misspelled because obviously I didn't know how to spell. And a shiny Gyarados, because of course. Well, we've never met before, but you remind me of someone I saw once. Imagine I just start saying that to people. I once battled a child with lots of potential, just like you. Do I act on that potential, or are we just saying that in like a shady way? Yeah, I met someone who was kinda like you, but actually like really good. Like actually like awesome. Which you're not, but you remind me of them. Like in like a way. How far down are you going? The first game with Pokemon, and actually the first game in general that I ever got at launch, and it wasn't like launch, like I was waiting until midnight, that wouldn't happen until I got a Wii U. When I got the Nintendo Wii U, it was going to be a Christmas gift, but I got it early, and I love my Wii U. I love my Wii U. I still love the Wii U, I'm going to be honest. I didn't really see it in any objective way. I was just like, this is like the Wii, but way better and way cooler.
So overall, it's 10 out of 10.
And I love Nintendo and all of that. And I still respect that. I like it. I like that I was so into, like, not even just, I was into games as a kid. That is cute and that's fun to be like, you know, a little kid with hobbies and like playing video games and having the option to play video games, because I had friends where, you know, they could only play for an hour a day, and that made them really appreciate every game they played, but also it kind of encouraged bad habits in a like weird counterproductive way. You know, not what maybe their parents intended for that to have, but that's how it happened. Wow, that's low. Who knows what Unseen Caverns lie right below our feet. I wonder if this was like a modern game, you'd be able to use dig here, or modern, like Ruby and Sapphire, you'd use dig here, and then it would like unveil a secret area with like Regirock. Silk Tunnel, left Hayward City, down Moraga Town. And now we can finally break this boulder. There are still areas we haven't seen yet though, in Silk Tunnel, I believe. Like I was saying though, the first game that I ever got on launch, oh, it's a one-way ticket, was Pokemon White. And I loved Pokemon White. I just never finished it. I wanted to play it for my YouTube channel. And so I do have good clips of, or yeah, clips, but all, clips. But also just kind of.
Hey everyone, something gay happens. So when I was trying to nickname my Pokemon...
Got a black apricorn. I have good pictures of the team I had, you know, I can only find pictures with a Blitzel, a Pansage, an Unpheasant, a Tepig, a Girder, and a Timepole. But I know at some point I switched that Girder for a Reuniclus. I know why that tunnel is called Silk Tunnel. I did get far, I guess I stopped recording it. I also got Pokemon Black 2 as soon as it came out, and I wanted to play it for my YouTube channel before it came out in America. I wanted to play it like through the Japanese version, and maybe I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I could still show off, you know, the ways in which the game was different. I never made it far at all on that, like just using the emulator and all of that. And when it obviously, you know, came out in the West, I got a copy within, actually I think it was a Christmas present. It was a Christmas present the same year I got my 3DS, which was red, but I don't have any kind of pictures of the team I used there. I did play the game again in like 2016, 2017. It was while I was in high school. It was just something I had kind of going on. And I had a team with Samurott, Ampharos, and I love Ampharos. I used Ampharos in almost every team. I have to stop myself from using a Mareep. I had to stop myself from using a Mareep in this one. Magmar, Lucario, Amoonguss, and Unfezant. And Unfezant was actually one I used in my original playthrough of Pokemon White. Can I just point out level 72? Can I just point that out for everyone? That's crazy. After Black 2, there's obviously, you know, Pokemon X and Y. I picked Pokemon X, and I don't have... The only thing I remember about my team is that I had a Tyrantrum and a Delphox. Curious? Yes, I am. That tunnel is called Silk Tunnel because it used to be the biggest source of wild Caterpie. They all held silk that people used to make clothes. Enjoyed your history lesson? Honestly, yes, I did. This whole episode's kind of a history lesson for me to ramble... And that's what I was thinking when I was kind of gathering, you know, all the screenshots of it for this video is like, no, people love talking about their own, you know, Pokemon teams and their experiences and all of that. I don't think people like hearing about it as much. Time for my swarm of bugs to attack. Gonna use Bug Buzz. Here we have Bugcatcher Luke sending out a Masquerain. But yeah, I don't think people care about maybe my personal experiences as they do about how it relates to their own personal experiences. And I think that also makes complete sense because, you know, people like talking about themselves and their own, you know, their own things and relating to other people through that. If anything in this video called out to you, please share. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell. I'm not trying to do some like engagement bait fodder of like, you know, you boost my content in the algorithm kind of thing. It's like I genuinely am curious. I do have a copy of my Pokemon Omega Ruby team I had, and I think it's really interesting that my team was similar to the team that I wanted to use in the original Ruby. I tried to do a Let's Play when I was like 10, and I just didn't have the kind of persistence. The only Let's Play I ever actually finished was Kirby's Epic Yarn when I was a little kid. I didn't even use Bug Spray. Bugs are super effective against Psychic and Dark. Cool, huh? You did not use a Psychic or Dark type Pokemon against me. Also, is there a gold token here? No, there's not. God bless. God bless. Ah, jeez. Oh, hi, Swella. I was just about to talk about you. In Omega Ruby, I had Machop, Torkoal, Swellow, Lanoon, Marshtomp, and a Nuzleaf. And I remember when I was a little kid, I went on Bulbapedia. Found Ironhead, by the way. Ironhead's a good move. I went on Bulbapedia, and I tried to kind of map out what Pokemon I wanted to use and in what way I wanted to use them before ever starting the playthrough. I remember it had crazy, like, I wanted to use a Grumpig, and it was, I really wish I still had the paper. It got lost in a move at some point, but I tried to keep it for as long as I could because I was just really, like, even at the, like, a couple years after it happened, I've always been kind of, like, nostalgic is one word, like, very sentimental about the things I've experienced and the things I've done before. But I also, you know, like I was saying earlier, I had a Ruby team in, I don't know, 2011, maybe 2012. I was a kid, but I wasn't, like, a super small kid. And I had a Tentacool, a Shroomish, a Ralts, which is interesting because I've only ever used Ralts 2 times, and it was that time and in, you know, this playthrough of Pokemon Prism. A Tailo, a Torchic, and a Mawile. And Mawile is actually one of my favorite Pokemon, and I'm very surprised I haven't used it yet. Like, ever since, to be honest. Here we are in Hayward City. The city sure has changed. I don't feel safe walking around town without a Pokemon to protect me. Is crime that brazen? I collect Pokemon. Do you have Gyarados? I want to trade it for my Relicanth. I do, but I don't have a Gyarados. Under the thing here, we have another King's Rock, So we have found 3 King's Rocks so far. This sign is full of graffiti. It isn't readable anymore. What does the graffiti say? I can't read that sign. I'm so mad. Me too. Danger. Look both ways and listen to oncoming traffic. Here we have Route 51, 50, 49 that leads us to Owasiri. Let's explore Hayward City a little bit while I still have time to talk about the Pokemon teams. I thought Silk Tunnel was going to be longer. Actually, let's heal up. And then... Oh, I didn't see that pallet patroller. Let's heal up, see if there's anything else in Silk Tunnel, and then wrap up, probably. Because I've already been yapping for a long time. I did stop playing Pokemon for a good... I wouldn't even say few years. I'd say several years. Between, I don't know, 7th grade and junior year of high school, I didn't really touch it. I was playing Minecraft with my friends. I was playing anything on my computer instead, to be entirely honest. And I had such a bad taste in my mouth from trying to do Let's Plays when I was a little kid and getting made fun of because, you know, I had a squeaky high-pitched voice and the videos were terrible and all of those things, that I was just like, fine, I give up, and all of that. And I guess I didn't love Pokemon as much as a part of that. But in between, you know, when junior year started, I got back into it, and a big part of that was getting a copy of Pokemon Ultramoon as a gift. And my Ultramoon team is one of the ones that I think of and have like the strongest kind of nostalgia and connection to, where I'm like, that's my team, that's my team. And right while I was playing Ultramoon, and yeah, right after I played Ultramoon and finished it, you know, became champion and all of that, I played Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon Platinum at the same time, and that was fun. It was very Oh, don't tell me I need Flash. Do not tell me I need Flash. Oh, you're killing me. Wait, maybe Flash is in this game and we don't have it yet, and that is gonna have to be fine. But I beat Pokemon Ultramoon. I had a team I was very happy with. I had a Decidueye, an Aerodactyl, a Alolan Raichu, there's Pikachu coming back, a Bisharp, Slowpoke, or a Slowbro I should say, and an Arcanine. And that was it. The way I saw it, I was like, this is a cool, competitive, awesome team. I'm doing my part. I don't know. I was really happy with it. I was really happy to be getting back into Pokemon. And when I did that, I also found a copy of Pokemon Platinum at GameStop. And Pokemon Platinum was actually the first Pokemon game I bought for myself ever. And I loved it. Everything about Pokemon games is just better. It's gonna be a while before we get Flash. But with that said, this is gonna have to be a good place to stop. In the next episode, I'm probably gonna keep on talking about old Pokemon games I played, and we're gonna check out everything there is in Hayward City. See you guys then.